Hi, and welcome to Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas. I'm Camryn Leal.
And I'm Marisa Nuñez. Thank you for letting us be a part of the Global News Relay. One of the biggest traditions at Texas State University is walking down to Sewell Park right after graduation and jumping into the San Marcos River. In fact, we'll be able to do that really soon.
I cannot wait. Here's what it looks like.
14, 11,
The river runs right through the center of campus, and students are out there all the time, not just at graduation. The university actually has a whole facility dedicated to studying the biology around the river.
Reporter Matt Skura introduces us to the Meadow Center.
Today, I will be interviewing Dr. Robert Mace as we will discuss the history of the Meadow Center itself and its impact that it has on campus.
This was an important place because this is where springs just explode out of the ground and create the headwaters of a river. We also see this happening in New Braunfels with Kamal Springs. Before they dried up, you saw it with San Antonio Springs and San Pedro Springs in the San Antonio area, and you see it to a certain degree with Barton Springs. People quickly realized that this water is very clean. It was also neat seeing the springs bubble out. And then it just kind of snowballed from there to, mermaids, underwater theater, Ralph the Swimming Pig. There was a sky ride. Regardless of what your degree is, carrying your love of water in this place wherever you go, because water is everywhere and it's important everywhere. And so just understand it might not be as gorgeous as this where you go, but it's still just as important to, people and to the environment. I'd say the opportunities are infinite out there. Conserving water when you're at home, making good water choices when you're at home helps the overall water problems that we're facing.
From the Meadow Center, I'm Matt Skura.
Texas is in the midst of a 2-year drought, and this one comes on the heels of a serious drought from 2010 to 2015. Just a few months ago, the water level in the river was so low it was causing serious problems. Reporter Carolina Garza shows us.
Here in San Marcos, residents and students count on the river to cool off and to have fun, especially on sunny days like these. However, the city has noticed major changes in water levels due to the drought that we've been experiencing this year and a little bit of last year too. The drastic changes in water levels can be seen especially here at Sewell, where the people that come here are no longer swimming, but now they're walking through the water and it hurts their feet because of all the rocks. We asked one of the staff members at the Outdoor Center about their opinion on the drought, on the water levels, and the differences that they've seen of the amount of people that come here from this year to last year.
Okay, yeah, the river was so much more higher last year. Now, it's, to the waistline and stuff like that. And because the river is, so much more shallower, the currents are stronger, so people can't really enjoy the boats and stuff. Around this time last year, we were having a lot more kayak rentals and paddle boards, but now people just get one and they bring it back right away, and they'd rather have a two because they just don't want to fight the current.
Not only are the water levels a major concern here, but also the decrease in wild rice, which can only be found here in Hays County. With the drought and the massive amounts of people that have been coming here to Sewell or the other parts of the river, the Texas wild rice have decreased in amount and have been very damaged. We got to sit down and talk with a Sewell regular that comes here all the time and about her opinions of Sewell itself and the water levels and how it's changed the way she enjoys her time at the river here.
I like laying out, hanging out with friends, getting in the river occasionally. Honestly, it's really it's not super crowded right now, which I'm really shocked because it's kind of nice out. The water levels are they've been low for a really long time. It's kind of harder to get down the stairs because they are made for higher levels of water, so it kind of hurts jumping in on the rocks. So that kind of sucks. And just not really being able to swim in it, you kind of have to walk half of it, so your feet kind of hurt if you don't have river shoes. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to get higher again, but I hope it does because I do graduate in 2025. So I want to do the river jump without getting hurt or anything.
We hope that there will be heavy amounts of rain, which will help the river and the water levels to go higher so that by around this time next year, the river is flourishing and it's much better than what it is now, especially the wild rice as well. My name is Carolina Garza. This has been Sewell Park.
Fortunately, the water level is back up to normal now, but drought, heat, water, they're a part of every decision about a major new development around here. That includes Hill Country Studios. It's a new, huge production facility coming to San Marcos. The production studio says it could bring up to 1,400 jobs. Critics say it could also have a big impact on our water supply, including the San Marcos River. It will be built on a 200-acre spot in La Cima neighborhood in western San Marcos. La Cima is right over the Edwards Aquifer, a major water supply for central Texas. It's also the source for the San Marcos River. Construction on an aquifer can lead to pollution in the river. Hill Country Studios filed an aquifer protection plan with Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. They plan to break ground later this year.
There are also regular efforts to take care of the river, especially a big one every year, and it just happened a couple weeks ago, the 39th annual Great Texas River Cleanup. Reporter Jillian Hernandez and videographer Hannah Norton take us along.
On March 2nd, the 39th annual San Marcos River Cleanup happened. But before then, in late February, we spoke with Texas State aquatic biologists Weston Hugh and Amy Tomades, City San Marcos Community Enhancement Initiative Manager, and asked them some questions about the river cleanup and what it does and mean for the community.
Yeah, it depends on the time of year and it depends on what the flow conditions are, but you certainly see some trash in the river pretty consistently because it is a heavily utilized river, so you're going to see that trash. And then the upper part here is more of an urban setting also, so you are going to accumulate trash basically from the surrounding landscape.
While many of us choose swimming and sunbathing, these volunteer cleaners are doing the dirty job of keeping the trash out of our lovely waterways that feed life into the environment and its animals.
What I do want to explain about this cleanup that we do, what I do want to explain about this cleanup that we do annually is it is not just the San Marcos River proper, but it is the whole upper river watershed. So we are cleaning up the 5 different creeks that we have, and then some big drainage ditches and the downtown streets, things that might drain directly into the river.
Last year's cleanup resulted in 30,000 pounds of trash being removed from the river and 1,600 pounds being recycled.
So I think in the long term it's a good thing. No doubt removing that much trash just from a section of river has a positive environmental impact, has a positive economic impact for San Marcos and for the university.
This year's annual cleanup had 812 volunteers come out to help. They retrieved around 8,200 pounds of trash that went to a landfill and 3,000 pounds that went to recycling. 70 tires were removed from the watersheds as well. They expect to do another cleanup this year in October if you couldn't make it out to this one. That's all I have to report. I'm Julian Hernandez. Hannah Norton, back to the studio.
As you might expect, the city of San Marcos and the university both take the river very seriously. The city just passed a new law aimed at cutting pollution even more. It's a ban on aluminum cans at all city parks, including the one right here on campus.
Marisa and I talked about this new law with someone from the Meadow Center, that's a research facility we told you about earlier, and with the mayor of San Marcos.
The rivers of San Marcos have a cleaner future ahead of them with the City Council's advancement of the can ban. Faith Fabian is a student environment interpreter at the Meadow Center. Here's what she has to say about the change.
I just think it's a step in the right direction, especially because the San Marcos River is very special, especially for Texas. It has tons of endangered species that live in the springs, inside the aquifer. Texas wild rice is that plant that is flowing through the river. So it's just a really special place. And so to restrict, pollution and littering, it's San Marcos acknowledging that it is a really important natural resource that needs to be preserved.
According to Mayor Jane Houston, tickets and citations will not be issued until 2025. Instead, San Marcos City Council wants to focus more on education.
We always have a grace period of education. We are in an educational city, so we will provide the education to people so that they understand before we start writing tickets.
Mayor Jane Houston said the City Council Communications Department is working to inform residents and visitors with social media and signage. Right now, the ban consists of go zones and no zones in city and river parks throughout San Marcos. No zones consist of limits such as 30-quart coolers, containers 5 ounces and up, and reusable beverage containers only. Go zones, however, have no restrictions.
We want people to come and enjoy the river. We just want your help in helping us keep it clean and nice for when you return and for others that will come behind you.
Be on the lookout for more updates on the can ban.
That's all we have from Texas State University in Central Texas. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this worldwide student newscast.
And for letting us take part in covering this important topic. Have a great day.